Yes, we can.
Okay, so today is very important topic because this is first of all very broad in terms of the substance. The subject matter is very rich, and the second is that lot of things the practicing lawyers they have no information about because traditionally we have been trained to deal with contracts which are offline, but now in 21st century because of the technology everything has shifted on internet. I mean if you just close your eyes and imagine how many things you deal offline and how many things you deal online, I think that majority of the things which will come in your mind are online. And irony is that our lawyers they are not trained to deal online content and online civil relations between people, relations between people and goods, and relations between individuals and governments and these sorts of things. So this topic is very important because it will give you a little bit of everything. I mean, I cannot go into details at this point, but I have tried to touch everything. So little bit of everything we will try to discuss today, which is related to our online world. Now, one thing is very important that during this lecture, if you find something, I mean, if you have any question, I recommend you to ask that question right away because there are so many topics that I will not be able to, come back to this topic. So if you have a question, it's better you ask me right away because once the topic will pass, it will be very difficult for me to come back to this topic because there are so many topics which we are going to discuss today. Okay, Panyatna?
Sure.
And also keep saying yes, no, ha, so that I can realize that you are with me. Okay, so
Okay.
I have,
Okay.
yes,
Yes.
look at this graph, and we all know what are human rights. Yes, we know human rights, and there are traditionally three generations of human rights. Do you know these generations of human rights? Do you know about human rights?
Yes,
Yep, sure.
but we don't know about the evolution of this.
Yes. Anyone from
We know a little bit, but in very general case. We haven't studied them yet precisely.
so in the beginning of the Cold War era, uh, when I am talking about 60s. In 60s, the first thing was when the people started thinking about protecting their civil and political rights. So we have different conventions of rights. Do you know about these rights? ICCPR, ICCR. Have you heard about this? International Convent on Civil and Political Rights.
Yep, sure. I know. We know.
Yes.
The
Yes.
those who are in international relations, they know about this International Convent on Civil and Political Rights, and then we have another convent. So basically, these are the generations of human rights. So in the first convent, we talked about civil and political rights, and we call this that this is the first generation of human rights. Means in terms of human rights, humans first demanded their civil and political rights. If we talk about second generations, we demanded our economic, social, and cultural rights. Okay, and if we talk about some of the more contemporary ideas, we are demanding our group rights. We call them group rights, in which we are demanding the rights of vulnerable people, You can talk about LGBT, disabled people, the people living with different diseases. So these are called as group rights. Okay, so the first generation of human rights is when we demanded our civil and political rights, and then we demanded our economic, social, and cultural rights, and then we demanded our group rights. And today, nowadays, in 21st century, we are demanding our individual rights. Means everyone is demanding its own rights. We have seen in previous classes that if you want to marry with a robot, it's your individual rights. If you want to marry with a tree, if you want to marry with your dog, no problem, because it is your individual right, and many countries in the world are protecting your individual rights. Panyatna. So if someone asks you that what are the different generations of human rights, you will say the first generation of human rights was when we were demanding our civil and political rights. Civil and political rights means people were saying that we need political representation. You cannot simply rule us. We need our representation in government, and this was your political right. In economic, social, and cultural rights, which is the second generation of human rights, people demanding certain rights related to their free trade, their social lives, their protection of their cultural rights, and so on. And the third generation of human rights is the group rights, when you demanded your rights as a group. For example, you belong to the student group, so you demand your rights as a student group. You belong to LGBTQ community, you demand your rights as LGBTQ community member. You belongs to a disabled group of people, you demand your rights as a group. And today we are demanding our rights as individual rights. Individual rights means you, regardless of your group affiliation or political affiliation, you want to have your rights protected. Means whatever comes in your mind, you want to seek legal protection for it. Did you understand this concept?
Yes.
Yes, surely.
So can anyone explain me in simple words what I just explained?
Okay. Can I try?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The international human rights divided to three generation, and in first generation, mostly told about civil and political rights, and it's only group and most states, and certainly about civil and political rights. And second generation about in second generation, they are told about economic and social and cultural rights, about in groups which related certainly about economic, social, and culture. And third generation, they're told about some groups. Firstly, for example, disabled person, minorities, or LGBT plus, and so on, so on. But they're told about the groups, and it's divided to two types. And second, it's certainly about individual side. For example, our own individual rights. It's more important in third generation. That's why nowadays
They are important. They are important or not, we will decide it later. But the idea has become clear that previously we claimed our right as a big group on country level, then on a group level, and now we are claiming our rights on an individual level. Okay, so consumer rights, they are group rights and individual rights. Means we claim our rights as a consumer, single consumer, or as a group we claim our rights. For example, if something happens with Twitter or Facebook, the whole Facebook community claim their rights as a group. But if someone restrict your freedom of speech or freedom of movement, you can claim this right as an individual. You can say that someone is violating my human rights, my individual human rights, which is also a group right, and which is also protected by international legislations and international human rights infrastructures. Okay, So the point which I am trying to make is that the evolution of human rights has taken us to the point when individuals can come up with some ideas and they can claim their rights. For example, you can come up with an idea, you can say that it is my right to walk nude or naked on the streets because it is my individual rights. And many countries in the world will protect your these rights, considering that you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is called as evolution of human rights, and the consumer rights are group rights and individual rights, somewhere between them. So the question is, do consumers need governments? When we talk about the protection of rights of consumers, the question arises that if it is your individual right, then consumers need government or not? What do you think? Government should protect your consumer rights, or you should protect your own consumer rights?
I guess government uh, have to protect.
Yes, you are right that government should protect individual consumer rights because the companies are very big companies. Companies are greedy, they are big giants, and they can influence very strongly on individual consumers, and consumers are vulnerable as compared to the big companies. That's why it is responsibility of the government to protect individual consumers against the big companies. So what are your different rights as a consumer? Right of basic needs, right of safety, right of information, right of choice, representation, redress, consumer education, healthy environment. So these are your rights as a consumer of any product. Right of safety, how you will explain right of safety in terms of consumer rights? Can someone give an example?
Yes, may I try?
Yes.
Uh, it guarantees you to charge back your money if the product uh, isn't as what isn't as in the ad. For example, it was said that the product is the best. That product will be uh, bring some benefits, but in real, it can't. That's why you may charge back your money.
It is more of a right to redress. Right of safety means that the company shouldn't produce any product which is harmful to the safety of individuals. For example, it should have a high quality standards to protect the customer who is or consumer who is using this product. For example, you are using khaladilnik, a refrigerator. It should be of it should meet certain safety standards. I mean, if you open the refrigerator, you shouldn't get electric shock. Okay, so the product should ensure that your health and well-being is protected. You are safe while using this product. The redress, what you are talking about, that if you have any issue with the product, you should have a redressal mechanism. Means if you are not satisfied with the quality of the product, you can simply return this product, or you can get your money back, or you can change your product. Anyways, these are different rights related to consumer. And uh, if we want to see different domains of consumer rights, you can see different domains of consumer rights that they are they have spread its tentacles on everything. For example, when we talk about product or consumer, it is related to economics, it is related to your data protection, it is related to education, dispute resolution, government, accessibility, transparency, everything. Yes. So who is a consumer? Consumer is a person who has indicated his or her willingness to obtain goods or services from a supplier with the intention of paying for them. Means if you want to buy a good, or if you want to utilize a service and you have intention to pay for this, it's mean that you are a consumer. This is the definition of consumer. How consumers are exploited? We all know that how consumers are exploited. Yes. Do you know how consumers are exploited? No.
By the advertisements.
Yes, by the advertisement also. If you take a simple example of shampoo for your hairs, there are so many fruits in shampoos. Yes, the girls, they know that there are so many fruits. There is watermelon, there is orange, there is mango, there is lemon. Yes, means all the fruits are included in the shampoo. So it is a kind of exploitation that you are playing with the emotions of the consumers and giving them different sorts of lollipops on the name of advertisement. And sometimes the product is not of that quality, but you use different types of tactics, techniques, and tricks to catch the attention of your consumers, or you trap your consumers into this racket to sell your product. For example, iPhone 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 Pro, and blah blah blah. And there are a number of studies, and you know better than me, those who are using iPhone, that there have been some studies showing that iPhone deliberately slow down the speed of the product. Yes, when the new product is about to launch, when the iPhone 12 is about to come, they deliberately slow down the speeds of iPhone 11 and so on. I mean, there are many people who have done investigations of these types of cases, that in order to sell a new product, they deliberately tamper with the previous product. So all of these things, they are exploitations. Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Yes, I
sure.
totally agree.
So why there is a need of consumer movement? We need to provide consumer education. For example, what I am telling you about iPhone or some other products, or maybe any other product, or with some universities as well, they are also exploiting the individual students. We need to educate people about this. We need to provide consumer protection by individual mechanisms, by social responsibility, or by the governments. Or we need to build pressure on the government to protect our consumer rights. Why government is favoring some companies and why not to the others? I really like the Uzbek automobiles, but why only certain companies are allowed to manufacture cars inside Uzbekistan and why not others? Arranging consumer protection programs and organizing public opinion, providing guidance to the consumers and fight against marketing system which is exploiting the individuals, means marketing has become an advanced empirical science. There are very sophisticated mechanisms through which you can, for example, have you ever experienced that if you have a pain in your head or pain in your back, and you search something on Google about pain relief or something, blah, 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 you will see that later on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, you will receive different advertisements of these products of pain relief.
Yes, yes,
Have you experienced this?
Yep, sure.
yes, yes, yes.
And sometimes it happens to me that I think something and it comes on my Facebook. Have you experienced this also?
Yes. They steal information about our tastes.
I mean, anything. It is a marketing system, and we need to fight against it because it is somehow exploiting the individuals. And I mean, there are a number of other examples. You know better about this, but I have delivered my point that why we need to protect ourselves against these marketing strategies. So if we simply classify the consumer rights, we can say that we have a right to be heard, we have a right to information, Right to choose, right to safety, right to seek redressal. Redressal means if something went wrong, you should approach the company and you should ask for a redressal. And right of consumer education means if someone is giving you a product, they should also educate you about this product. So these are the goods. Goods, Veshi, there are three types of goods: existing goods, future goods, and contingent goods. Uh, those of you who are advanced classes, did you study the contract law? Contract law.
Not
First
yet.
course, not yet. First course, not yet.
We have, all of us are from first course, yes?
I guess no.
Yes, it's true.
We
Okay.
have only theoretical part.
Okay. So goods, there are three types of goods. Goods is existing good. Existing goods means the things which are existing in front of your eyes. For example, you want to buy a mobile phone, it is an existing good because you can see this, yes? Future goods, the goods which will be produced in future. Okay. Can you give an example of the future goods?
Robots,
I thought
Yeah, I think
flying cars.
the flying taxis,
Uh,
maybe the instance for this.
Future goods are not only the goods which we will produce in future, but I am talking about from the availability perspective. For example, you have a shop.
Future good.
iPhone 13.
Houses in Mars, for example. Houses in Mars.
No. Can I answer maybe?
Yes, yes.
Future goods are not available now. Cannot be available now.
Yes.
When two parties make contract, they specifically explain what kind of products they are going to buy or sell. So, according to their wishes, they make future goods.
Yes, you make a contract right now about a product whose availability is possible in future. For example, my brother goes to America and buys something from him, and I ask him that when you will come back from America, give me this product. Yes, this is something which will be available to me in future. Okay.
Gotcha.
Contingent goods means contingent goods are also some sort of futuristic goods, but their availability is conditioned with some terms. For example, if there will be good rain, then there will be good oranges. Or if there will be good, how to say, the soil will be good. If the soil will be good, we will have good cotton. Okay. So there are certain conditions, means if something will happen, then this thing will be happen. This is called as contingent good. Если я пойду в Европу, я принесу тебе что-то. So this is conditioned with если я пойду, because I don't know that I will surely go or not. Okay.
Got it.
Okay, okay.
If my ship will come, I will give you your delivery. And if ship will not come, I'm sorry, I cannot give you your delivery. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thanks,
Yes,
understandable.
understandable.
I don't know in Uzbekistan, but in Pakistan it is a big trend that the cousin marriage is very common, and the friends usually they promise each other like this. Если меня будет дочка, она выйдет замуж за твоего сына. And when both of them they become big, and their parents want to marry them, and they say, what, why? And the parents say that we have promised like 20 years ago we had promised with each other that если меня будет дочка, она выйдет замуж за твоего сына. So you have to take care of our promise. So it is like treating your children like contingent goods. Does it такова бывает in Uzbekistan?
No.
Scarcely. Scarcely. Scarcely, I guess. Sometimes maybe, but it's so specific.
Yes.
And
It's too common here in this part of the world. And when the children they become old and they want to marry them, and they say what? And they say we have promised like 50 25 years ago we had promised it. And the boy and the girl they say that why should I care about your promise what you have promised? Yes. So it is like treating your children as like contingent goods. Just an example. So existing goods are those goods which are in front of our eyes. They can be specific. Specific means when you know which thing you are buying. You are buying iPhone 11. So this is a specific good. A certain goods and uncertain group means they are in group. They are in group, and when they are in group, you can say that they are a certain group. They are in front of you in a certain products, a certain goods. And when you select products from this group, then you say that we have unascertained our products, or vice versa. When they are in group, you say that they are unascertained. And when you get the products of your choice, you can say that we have ascertained our products. Okay. So these are those products which exist in front of your eyes. You can see them with your eyes. So these are different types of goods. Can you see this?
Yes.
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 So this is a house on wheels, and this, the housing is related to the property, and we have specific property laws. But what if your house is on wheels? Это будет вещи или это будет имущество? Means it is a good because it can travel wherever. You can take it with you. You can take it if you go to Australia or if you go to UK. Or it is the property like other house which is stick to the ground. What do you think?
Maybe it's mixed. And property uh, and land, something like
This is a concept which is called as structure relocation. You can simply put the whole building on the wheels, and then you can just simply travel from one part to another part. Yes, it has revolutionized the whole concept of property, because house or your property is usually stick to the place. But if you are able to move or relocate, then the concept of property becomes fluid. Some people think that it is good, it is product, and some people think that it is still property, but it is up to you how you treat these types of scenarios. This is an even interesting concept which is called as nail houses. These photos are from China. In Soviet Soyuz, the property belonged to the government. Yes. Still in
Yes.
still in socialist countries like China, the property, the land belongs to the government, but still the individuals have some right. So you can see these examples that this person, he does not want to sell his house. He doesn't want to sell his house, or he doesn't want to evacuate his house. Then what happens? The government has to build something around this. You can see in the left side in the picture, there is only single house standing here. Just because this person doesn't want to sell his house or doesn't want to evacuate, we call these types of houses nail houses. Did you understand that?
Very interesting.
And there can be number of issues. For example, he can say that I have emotional attachment with our house. He can say that my parents were living in this house. My babushka mirla vetam dome, and I don't want to leave this house. A number of issues. Maybe he can say that my business is near to this place and I don't want to evacuate this place, and so on. But this is an interesting concept, that how the individuals can challenge the whole system on the name of protection of his individual property rights. But it is also possible for them to simply put this up and put it on wheel and take it to somewhere else, but they will not do this because they are treating it like property. They are not treating it like a good. Did you understand?
Yes. What if government compulsory will destroy this building?
Like us.
This lecture is being recorded. So this is something which is called as yacht, and there are specific laws related to buying and selling of these, and they can travel into the international waters, and some people treat them as property, some people treat them as individual goods, but there are certain specific laws related to this. You can study about them in detail if you want, that how these things are bought and sold and how they operate in international waters. There are two categories of goods, Vnimania, fructus naturalis and fructus industrialis. Fructus naturalis means those things which are produced in nature. For example, cotton, oranges, all sorts of vegetables, fruits, minerals, all of these are fructus naturalis, the fruits of nature. Yes. The other things are called as fructus industrialis, means those things which are produced in industries, the fruits of industries. Okay. So the treatment of fructus naturalis and fructus industrialis is different. And a number of case laws are available when something was being treated as fructus industrialis, but originally it was fructus naturalis. Okay. So there is no need to go into detail, but you should have an idea that what is the product of nature and product of industry, because different laws applies on both of them. Okay.
Okay, I have a question. Can I give
Yes,
to?
yes.
What about the fruits of naturalis, which modified genetically by human? For example,
Yes, today
fruits or
in the
some.
medical technology law. In medical technology law, we will discuss this.
Okay, thank.
So minerals and energies, there are different laws related to minerals and energies. Some people think that minerals belong to the person who is the owner of land. Some people think that in some jurisdictions, minerals belongs to government. In some jurisdictions, certain part of minerals belong to the person who owns the land, and certain part of the minerals belong to the government. Okay. Similarly, electricity, it is a product in many countries, and in many countries it is service. What do you think in Uzbekistan electric energy? It is product ile usluga. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
It's service.
What about others?
I think that it's a service because products that are things which we can order, but electricity we can't order. That's why I think
You can freely buy electricity, I mean energy. That's why I think.
Hello.
We are not able to write them or rule them.
But you can
If
turn on the
there is
switch and
no
turn off the switch.
energy,
You can turn on the switch of electricity and turn off the switch of electricity. Whenever you want, you can turn on the switch and utilize this product. Yes or no? Or it is service.
Yes, yes, but we are paying money for this. Our government reproduce this energy to us and deliver to us. That's why I think it's service. If we pay money for the ready product, if the government make this product fully and deliver to us, we will pay for the products. I get.
No, I think we can't buy the electricity, then sell it. That's why I think it isn't.
If there is no energy, we cannot do anything. We
Okay,
have to
this is a
expect
question
government to give this.
for your next year. You will think about it, and then you will let me know about the energy and other products. Are they products or are they services by the side of government?
Thank you. Okay, I will.
So many environmental activists, the people who want to protect the environment, they think that the minerals which we are extracting, we are exploiting our natural environment, and this natural environment is being exploited by industrialists. I am also somehow agree with these environmentalists. Do you see these mountains? They are from Central Asia. Central Asia is rich in terms of gold and copper and other natural resources like gas. And in certain part of in Central Asia, you even have oil. And many big tycoons, they are extracting those minerals and ultimately exploiting your natural habitat of many animals and plants and birds and so on. So why I am telling you all of these things? I am telling you these things to make a point that how a consumer can change the destiny of the nations. Means if we stop buying something, it can change the political scenario in the country. Yes. Our behavior, our consumer behavior directly impact on our political system and ultimately on our legislative system. Did you get this point? Did you connect the dots?
Yes, we catch.
Okay, so this is also for your interest. We will discuss it in space law, that the minerals which come from the space, should these minerals be considered as the minerals obtained from Earth? You know, there are different space missions by different countries who are, exploring minerals in outer space on different planets. And by now we don't have many laws to regulate the extraction of minerals from the space. But in future, it can be a problem when there will be problem related to ownership of different portion of the space. We will discuss this also today. So do you think that body parts are goods? Traditionally, we have been buying and selling teeth, the skeletons in our medical schools, the hair extensions, which are also made up of original hairs, and bloods. People have been buying and selling and donating bloods. Do you think that body parts are goods?
I think some of them goods and some of them no.
It's up to the willingness of person.
Natalia,
Yeah, I think
Samira, Mushtri,
everything.
Amura, what do you
Sorry,
think about Nagina? What do you think about hairs?
may I say it? I think everything that could be sold, I think is good.
Girls, what do you
I
think?
mean, if you can sell it, it's good.
You can sell anything.
But if you want, if you don't want, it's not good.
Some things are goods for you, but some things are not goods for me. For example, I am not interested in hair extensions. So I can say that it is morally wrong, but the other people who are into these hair extension, they can say that it is normal and it is good and we can do buying and selling of this.
I think body parts are not considered as good. Even it's possible to buy them.
It's a part of human body.
Yeah, that's why they are not good.
So the kidneys, pochke, you can buy iPhone with your pochke. Yes, it was very famous pre-call when iPhone 12 released. The kidneys in certain part of the words, they are it is legal to do buying and selling of the kidneys. For example, in Iran, you can buy and you can sell if it is required. But this is interesting phenomena, 3D printed body part. So how it happens, they take stem cells from your body, certain cells from your body, and then artificially they grow the original body part in the laboratory by using 3D printed technology. And last, I don't think last month, but very recent, last week, I think, I saw a news that they have artificially, produced the human heart. And there are certain body parts, like you can see the ear and other body parts for aesthetic purposes, they are being produced, means it is pretty common. So what about these 3D printed body parts? They are treated as goods. Do you think it is fine? Good? Yes? No? Why? How?
Good.
Yes, they are good. And it's fine.
Buying and selling of babies. What about buying and selling of babies then?
It's immortal.
What do you mean by immortal?
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, immoral, I want to say.
Don't you think that if a small baby who cannot speak, who cannot do anything, is just like your pochki, is just like your kidney, you can do buying
No,
and
your
selling of
kidney, your kidney belongs to you, but your baby, though he is
baby is
yours,
also, a part of your
he doesn't
body.
belong to you. He is a separate person.
How do you know it is a separate person? If you don't treat your baby in first 2 years of his life, if the mother doesn't feed the baby, if my mother doesn't pamper the baby properly, the baby can die. Baby cannot survive on its own. Yes, you cannot
Yes, yes.
you cannot leave the baby in the jungle and he will survive by itself.
If you cannot manage baby to feed, you can sell his or her and and uh, you can catch his life by this. And someone who is rich can feed this, and
Yes.
that's interactively true, I think.
Yeah, Mushtari, you can speak. If you want to say something, you can speak, because it is very difficult for me to go to the chat and read this. You can just speak if you have any concerns or if you have any comments.
But it's against our mentality.
Especially in our country, it's considered as a crime to buy or
Yes.
selling.
The question is not that the contract for sale of body part is contract for sale of goods, but there are some vital preliminary questions to be solved. First of all, the question is, are body parts capable of ownership? What Natalia tried to said that the human body and the body of the children's, they are different bodies. So if something doesn't belong to you, are you able to do buying and selling of these things? Are body part capable of ownership? Can you really say that your pochki belongs to you? Your kidney belongs to you. You are the owner of this kidney.
Yes, we can.
Many religious people have their own, interpretations of this, that everything belongs to the God, and tom chisle, your body parts also, you should return them intact to the God when you die. And many people think that the body part are uh, are something which belongs to you, but you don't have an authority to do the trade of these body parts. So
Religions prohibit to be a donor after your death.
donor of what?
When you die, you can't be a donor. Some religions prohibit this.
Yes, some prohibit, some allow. There are debates going on, um, but the ownership of body part is a legal question. Uh, and then the other question is that the disposition of body parts means you extract certain body part from one person and implant it to another person. Is it legal or not? So there are rules and regulations. For example, I gave you the example of Iran, that buying and selling of kidneys is regulated. But if we talk about human trafficking, many people from Africa and a certain poor part of Asia are being exploited on the name of body organs. People exploit them, people kidnap them and then sell them in international black market is where these, the people, they extract their body parts and sell it to the other countries where they have clients who are willing to buy these. So
Yes.
regulations of these things is very important. And also, consequenso, it comes to the consumer of these products. Yes, that how consumers can directly influence the international organ sales markets and tom chisle, they are the subject matter of international criminal law. The
Yep.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
body parts have transferable value if they come from living or dead corpse. Many people, when they die, before dying, they say that donate my body part to the people who need them. The money consideration or price often causes an issue of legality, means if you donate your body part, it is not a problem. But if you are charging money or if the money is involved, then it becomes an issue. And different countries have different laws related to the human organ transplant. Interestingly, Turkmenistan has very good laws related to human organ transplant. These are two terminologies you should remember. Ethics of consumers. Was is the black note? You are taking notes, yes, of some points or not, or you are just
We are,
listening?
we are getting screenshots.
Yes, as well.
No, I will share. I will share these, slides I am sharing every day. But it's better to take the notes also. So there are two things. One is called as ethical consumerism. Ethical consumerism means ethical is ethics and consumerism means how the consumer behavior is morally judged. So the idea behind ethical consumerism is that the consumer leads the market. So if the consumer demands good things, the market produce good things. If the consumer demands bad thing, the market produce bad things. And the consumer ethics is also understandable that consumers should demand good things, so the market should produce good things. Okay. Then there is ethical marketing, the thing which we were discussing before in the morning, that all the shampoos have fruits in them, and all the beauty products, I don't know why they include vegetables and fruits and blah 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 into them. and then they make marketing campaigns. They run different sort of sophisticated marketing scenarios. You know about these things. Yes, how they trap the consumers, how they trap the customers. It is a billion-dollar industry. So the idea behind ethical marketing is that your marketing should be according to the ethical and moral standards. Yes or no?
I didn't understand this.
Ethical marketing means when you want to do the marketing of your products, you should keep in mind the ethical and moral standards.
What are the standards?
There
How are
are
they?
there are different standards. I give you just a simple example that you are producing Coca-Cola or product like Coca-Cola soft drink, but Coca-Cola spends millions of dollars in the marketing of Coca-Cola in Uzbekistan, and the Coca-Cola's marketing budget is much more higher than the total budget of your company. Means your whole company is equal to $1 million and Coca-Cola is spending $1 million only on marketing. It's mean that they are trying to do the monopoly and they are not letting other companies to flourish. And everyone who will see, who will listen, who will feel Coca-Cola will ultimately buy Coca-Cola because it is human nature.
Yeah.
It is competition, but when it comes to the marketing, it is beyond competition. Is everyone following me?
Yes, yes.
What about the other?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So there are a number of cases related to the marketing. I will just give you a hint and you will later look at it. This is a bad frog bravery case, very famous. And it become famous from number of perspective, from marketing perspective, consumer behavior, buying and selling of goods and services, copyright, and so on. And then this case was analyzed. This is a beer, and you can see there is a frog. Yes, frog
Yes.
on the label, and you can
Yep.
see that this frog, he is showing his middle finger. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes,
So
yes.
Yes, sir.
there were people who had issue with this, that this frog is being offensive to us. Means we should regulate the frog's behavior, that this picture is inappropriate, this picture is not suitable to be publicized. Yes, and then there were a number of discussions related to this. I will leave it for you. You will search it and you will study it, because it will give you different insights from different dimensions when it comes to the consumer behavior and products. Then if we talk about the content, buying and selling of the product. For example, you can see this picture. This picture is from a school textbook of 3rd grade. And I will not tell you the name of the country from which country's textbook I have taken. But you can see they are writing, what is a family? Family is different types of family. The family is mom, dad, and children, grandparents and grandchildren, dad and children, mom and children, 2 dads and children, and 2 moms and children. So any of these can be a family. Did you understand?
Yes, yes.
Yes. but not agree.
It is another problem. But the point which I'm trying to make is that you can control the buying and selling of the textbook, but when it comes to the content, it becomes very, very sophisticatedly, you know, personalized in nature kind of thing. For example, you can control the content, but when it comes to the individual standards and preferences, we don't have rules and regulations because we have so many different perspectives. For some people, two dads can adopt a child which can be a perfect family, or two moms can adopt a child which can be a perfect family, and it is acceptable in many part of the world, but for certain part of the world it is not allowed, and ultimately it becomes a disputed question. But it is related to not only the product but also with your value system and the consumer choice. In certain part of the world, people are willing to buy these types of stuff. People are happy with their children reading these things, but in certain part of the world, I can imagine people will come out of the streets protesting that what the hell you are teaching our children. Yes.
Yes, I am very surprised that
Agree.
actually it's Uzbek book and they are teaching these things to our Uzbek children.
No, it is not Uzbek book. It is just a news. It is a
Oh,
news
I
that
thought it
Uzbekistan. Yes, Uzbekistan. This was a news that Uzbekistan wants to eliminate the gender stereotype, mean the gender neutral textbooks. And in certain part of the world, we already have gender neutral passports. Mean on the passport they don't mention if you are male or female.
yes.
Uh, and I have a famous case. If you will Google with my name, you can find this case. I had a case against government of Punjab in Pakistan, against my government, and I won this case. The case was that government was using she-male, the word she-male instead of transgender. So I wrote a petition in which I told them that she-male is not appropriate word. You should use transgender, and then they ultimately accepted, and then they modified the word transgender instead of she-male in all the official documents. So in Pakistan, on our passport, you can write male, female, and transgender. Means if you belong to the LGBTQ community, or if you think that you have a different sexual orientation, you can write transgender on your passport. But in certain part of the
Oh,
world,
you influenced Pakistan rules hugely, but why she-male was improper word you think?
female is a pornographic terminology. It is disrespectful to say the person who is transgender that he or she is she-male, because she-male can be he male, or there are around more than 50 different types of genders. The Facebook recognize more than 50 genders. So we cannot just force someone to be only she-male. But transgender is a broader terminology. Anyone who can think that he belongs to not he doesn't belongs to male or female, he can consider itself a transgender.
Sir,
Hmm?
what you're saying is the government of Pakistan supports gay marriage. Is it right?
No. It is not supported by law. But the point which I am trying to make is related to the identity. If a person recognizes itself not male and female, it is the right of that person to be recognized as he wants to be. When it comes to the making civil relationship like marriage, then the law of the state interferes. But as far as the personal and individual rights are concerned, let him do whatever he wants to do. The news which is mentioned here, this was the news that Uzbekistan wants to make the textbook more gender neutral. And I was saying that in certain part of the world, people already have gender neutral passports, which mean that they don't mention the genders. If you go in Scandinavia and in certain parts of the world, there are no male or female toilets. There are no separate washrooms. The male and female, they use the same washrooms. So certain people think that it is the evolution of the human rights, and certain people think that it is degradation of the humans. So it is your individual perspective. I am not commenting on it, but I am just telling you what is happening in the world. And the point to give this example is that when it comes to the digital content, you can control the content in terms of the medium, but what is inside the content, or what is the nature of the content, it is related to your standards and preferences, like this two dads and child and two moms and child, which is very difficult to control. Yes.
Yep.
Why you become so much surprised when I ask you yes or no? why you don't respond it, or you think too much? You should respond on the questions which I ask, or you are not listening at all.
We are listening, but we are very surprised about the topics and
Okay, then there is a
just
concept called as ethical production. Like we talked about ethical marketing, we should have ethical production. Ethical production means the companies should produce ethically, means they shouldn't do the dumping. For example, Coca-Cola can invest a lot of money in Uzbekistan, and the local market can be destroyed because they cannot compete with the multinational giant like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or so on. Ethical production is related to the Millennium Development Goals of United Nations. Ethical production has further explanations and parallel concepts like ethical manufacturing. Ethical manufacturing is a holistic approach to the manufacturing process that focuses on good health for all involved. Ethical businesses cares about every part, every facet of their company. From production to the consumer, ethical business manufactures safe products safely. So ethical production means the product should be produced ethically, and then it comes to everything from production to the distribution. And the whole supply chain should have certain types of ethical and moral standards. Now this is a question to you that I have explained already, that how much the consumer behavior is important for a government. It is very important. What do you think, that we should give the constitutional protection to the consumer rights, or we should make a separate consumer act? Do you think that we should include consumer rights inside the constitution because they are very important, or we should make a special law, special zakon, for the protection of consumer rights?
Can't we have both?
Yep, I guess I agree with Natalia, and we have to obtain two types and own constitution and own code.
Lawyers, jurists, whenever it says yes or no, it should have a reason. Okay?
Please let me think.
Yes.
Okay, I think in Constitution it should be written that each and every person has the right to buy and to sell something. And we should also impart the other separate laws which will regulate that situation. I mean, that acts like buying and selling more deeply. Like you may buy.
Let me put this question like this. Do you think that the consumer rights are so much important that they should be protected by constitution, or they are not that important and they can be protected by making a separate law?
should be written in the constitution as one of the rights, and then it should be regulated by a certain law.
Yeah, I think it's consumer rights are vital because they are the, how to say, the motor of the economic. I mean, economics is fully driven by the consumer, by their wishes. That's why I think we should regulate their rights in the constitution, but deeply for them, there should be import some kind of law.
This is to think.
I think the consumer rights should be protected as a constitutional degree, because the consumer rights or economic situations can write the future of the country. For this reason, it should be protected in the constitutional degree.
So Mushtri says that we should create special law because human rights include consumer rights, and there any need included consumer rights in constitution. What
we can point some general the points of this consumer rights in constitution, and then we should explore it specifically.
But in our constitution, human rights aren't considered and doesn't include the consumer right. I mean, there isn't any writing about the people have a right to buy or to sell. That's why we should add this point. I mean, each person has the right to buy something or to sell something.
now this case, maneuverability of the right, the case is from America. There are some links in my slides. These links are for you to read later on. Okay. So what happens that this person was registered on a website, social media network, like you have, Facebook. No, not Facebook exactly, but I don't know what you use in Uzbekistan for matchmaking. The Tinder, Tinder?
Yes, we know.
Yes, of course.
Of course, yes. So this person was registered on Tinder, and on Tinder, there was a possibility to talk with the underage or minor girls. So then there was a case and they were prohibited, and then this person and the people who were supporting, they said that it is our constitutional right, it is our freedom of opinion, freedom of expression, freedom of blah blah blah. Yes, we have constitutional protection to do whatever we want. And then there are certain interpretations related to this, and then this is the question of consumer rights, and this is the protection of the users of technologies as well. And to a certain extent, he is right as well, that when it comes to their own freedoms, personal freedoms, the matter of choice, it is the matter of choice. Yes. So sometimes when you give constitutional protection to something, it can backfire. That in Indiana law, sex offenders, they cannot use the social networking websites like this. But this person, he was using, and when it was asked that why he's using and talking to the underage girls, he said that it is his right, which is protected by the Constitution. Did you understand?
Yep, and I agree with that.
It is up to you if you are agree or not.
Okay.
Okay, so is technology protecting human rights? Predicting consumer behavior with artificial neural networks, as I mentioned previously, that sometimes it happens that you search headache or back pain or something like this, and it ultimately comes on your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. The companies started giving you the advertisements because apparently Google sold or Google leaked your data to them, and they told them that this person is feeling headache. Yes. And artificial neural network, we discussed artificial neural network based stock trading system using technical analysis and big data frameworks, means very sophisticatedly they can monitor the progress of different countries and can do financial predictions. Using artificial neural networks and market profile theory to construct the trading analysis in stock marketing, means they can use very sophisticated technologies to see what people are buying, what people are selling, and by this they can predict the prices of stocks of different companies. So do you think that these types of technologies are protecting consumers? Yes or no? Yes, maybe no. But the point is that technology is becoming sophisticated and technology is affecting the individual behavior, and individual behavior is running our financial market, and financial market is somehow connected to our political systems, political working of the country, and political working of the country is directly related to your international order. Did you understand this chain?
Yes, I understand.
Yes, yes.
So now at the end of this, tell me, consumer rights are human rights, and constitutional protection laws versus constitutional protection of consumer. We have already done this second part. Some of you say that we need to protect consumer rights by constitution, and some of you said that we need to protect consumer rights by making separate laws. But at the end of this discussion, tell me, do you think that consumer rights are human rights?
Yes. They are
Why
human
For
rights.
yes or
sure.
why no?
Because in some cases, consumers are the humans.
Like criminals are also humans.
I guess they are not the same, but each people can be a consumer and seller or something like that. But by the law, they are not same.
This is to think for future. Now we will talk about digital contract. Digital contract is an interesting concept, and I have given this case. You will read it by yourself. What does it mean by digital contract? I can give you just a summary. So what happened that this person, he purchased a telephone directory. You know, previously we had a telephone directory in which all the telephone numbers of the city were written. So he bought this CD which contains all the telephones, and when he loaded it into his computer and then he just clicked on yes, 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 yes without reading. And then what happened, he started making copies by giving access to the telephones to the other people. I mean, the point is that he bought the telephone directly, and then he started selling this telephone directory to the other people. Okay. And then there was the case from the government, from this company. They were saying that he is violating our copyrights. And this person's claim was that, no, this is my product. I gave you the money for the CD, but I didn't give you the money for the content, the telephone numbers. And it is my right to sell the content whomever I want. And then the court said that, no, actually you had a contract, and this contract was digitally signed when you were just clicking yes, 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 or I agree, I agree, I agree. This I agree was a contract. You have done contract with the company and you are violating the contract. Did you understand?
Yep.
So digital content, Sifravoi content, is a new category of the products. Anything which is on internet, like computers, softwares, songs, movies, mobile phone applications, mobile phone software, all of these things, they are called as digital content. People, do buying and selling of these things online. So these are not products which you can physically feel or touch, but these are products and people are paying money for it, or people are making money out of it. Thus, they are called as digital content. So if you get defective digital content, for example, if you get a song, you do not like this song, you cannot return this song. For example, you downloaded a mobile phone application and you didn't like this mobile phone application, you cannot say that take your mobile phone application and give my money back, because you have already downloaded this application.
Yes.
Or if you have listened a music and after listening the music you said that I didn't like this music, give my money back, the company will say no, you have already listened the music. Yes. So it's mean that there should be different remedies for defective digital content. And then there is a difference between content and medium. For example, you buy a CD, you buy a CD or a flash drive with some data. So you pay money for it. For what you are paying money? You are paying money for CD, which is a medium, or you are paying money for the data, which is on the CD. And number of cases are pending in the courts where the consumer think that he has paid money for the data, but the company thinks that he has paid money for the CD. Or vice versa, the consumer think that he has paid money for the data and the company think that he has paid money for the CD, and so on. For example, you buy a Windows on CD. Do you pay money for the CD or do you pay money for the Windows?
For Windows, I guess.
For Windows.
But
But
from the perspective
without a
of those
CD,
people,
it doesn't work.
What?
I think you should pay for both of them, because if CD doesn't work, you cannot set up the Windows to your computer.
So this is an issue, yes? This is a technical, this is not only a technical issue, this is a legal issue.
Yes.
Okay, think about it. Okay.
I think it should include both of them.
Yes, Mushtri also thinks that it includes both. We pay for CD, not for medium, but the medium without any content doesn't have value.
No, I think we have to pay for Windows.
You can decide it among yourself. Okay, sometimes it happens that you buy a digital content and a service comes with it, and these types of contracts are called as mixed contract. In Uzbek civil law, in the contract portions you have these types of, and even you have special separate in the portions of Dagavara you have Smishni Dagavara, where the content comes with services or services come with contents. For example, you buy AC, air conditioner. So the air conditioner is installed by the company. The special person comes and installs, because ordinary people cannot install the AC. So you actually buy the AC, but the service come with it for free or with extra payment. Okay. So sometimes it happens that you buy a product and service comes for free. Sometimes it happens that you buy a service and products comes for free. Sometimes it happens that you buy a computer and Windows comes for free. Yes, you pay money for the computer, but Windows comes for free. And all of these things, they are called as mixed supply of services and digital content, and they are regulated by a mixed contract. Smishni Dagavara.
So what about this? You pay for two and one is free.
So it depends. I have this slide here. No, I don't have slide here. Yes. but I had written it somewhere because I remember. The point is that if you buy two things and one comes free, the thing which comes free should also have the same rights and responsibilities as of the original products. You cannot say that, means a seller cannot say that he is responsible for these two products and he is not responsible for this product because it comes free. No, he should be responsible for everything. Okay, means if you buy 3 mobile phones and pay for 2 mobile phones, it doesn't mean that the seller is responsible for only 2 mobile phones. He should be responsible for 3 of them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Similarly, this is an interesting concept related to the e-contract in Estonia. Their ID card is used for everything, for payment, for security, for elections, for traveling, means all types of contracts. All kinds of contracts are being done by their ID cards. And this is the concept introduced by Estonia, which is called as e-residency, means you can make a company inside Estonia and you can operate this from anywhere. Means you can get the residency of Estonia by residing anywhere in the world, and you can operate your company inside Estonia. And this is a very complex legal question because a number of issues are related to it, no matter it is simple buying and selling of goods or contract or liabilities or banking law, bankruptcy law, company law, or so on. But Estonia is giving you a chance that if you are interested, you can stay in Uzbekistan, but you can operate your company inside Estonia. Means they have made laws to tackle these types of futuristic problems. And this is an interesting concept. In Uzbekistan, I don't know it is happening or not, but in many parts of the world it is happening that there are websites who offer the matchmaking. Matchmaking means the boys and girls, they can go on this website and they can find brides for them. Can you see this website?
Yes.
Yes, it's visible.
So on this website, you can write your name, email, phone number. You can see that you can write that you are looking for yourself, son, daughter, brother, sister, for whom you are looking, and you can pay them money, and they will find a perfect match for you, and then you will be happily married. You can.
It's not very common in Uzbekistan.
Yes, like there are these boys and there are these girls. She is 30 years old, 5 foot 5 inch, a master's in economics. She works as a wedding planner and she speaks Punjabi. And this is a boy, and this is a, these are the parents. They are giving feedback. I mean, these are success stories. And number of these services are available in different parts of the world. So Vnimania, are you with me? Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
are with you.
Yes, yes.
So the point is that this type of service, they are responsible for matchmaking, but theoretically speaking, they are connecting the products. Yes, their service is connecting the products. And what if something wrong happens between husband and wife in the long run? Will they take responsibility, or should they take responsibility because they were the people who actually connected them?
I don't
No,
think.
no.
No, I don't think so.
What do you think? What the girls think?
No, I don't think so, because they are just service providers, and they are not responsible for their future life.
You know, in Central Asia also you have this type of people who actually go to home to home, and they have information of all the girls and all the boys in the city, and they offer, you know, the to the parents. Do you
Yeah,
know these
maybe.
people?
Yes, yes,
In Central Asia, it is very common, I think.
yes. It's a kind of tradition.
Yes. Do you know? Uh, I just remember a real story. A real story. I was living in Kyrgyzstan. I was studying there in Kyrgyzstan, and I need to find a flat, Quartira. And
Mm-hmm.
I looked in the Gazeta. You know, there was a Vechernaya Bishkek. It was a Gazeta. In the Gazeta, there were the advertisements. I called from there, and the person on the other side, he said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dada bhai ke ta nasha against wa. And he said, please come, we will find you. We will find you a flat. This is a special against wa for our Muslim brothers. And you know, I was so much desperate at that time. Patamushta, I didn't have a flat, and it was for me very urgent to find a flat. Yes. I took a taxi and I went to this person. And you know, in his office, I was sitting and I asked him that show me the different variants, and he had only two variants, and one of them was very old, I mean very far, and the other was very, very expensive. And I said that what about other variants which you are saying that you will find me a flat? He said, yes, yes, give me 500 soms. Give me 500 soms and mi budem napisat dogovor e potom ya начну process и я вам найду квартира. And I said, you said me on telephone that bike we have so many flats and you come and we will find you flat, and I am in so much desperate situation. Many srochna notion. He said, yes, yes, no problem. Just give me 500 soms and we will write a contract and I will find you a flat. And I said, it's mean you cheated me, Timini Manul. And he was, you know, not accepting this. He was not feeling any shame. And after some time, he received a phone call. He received a phone call, and on the phone call, he said, da ominia ye se devushki is nachinaya is vasimnasit let da shizdisiad let se varianto he is. And I asked him that what is this? And he said, I have a matchmaking system also. I am doing matchmaking as well. So at the same time, he is helping people to find flats. And at the same time, he has an against of matchmaking where he's letting people to, you know, find their husbands and wives. Did you understand?
Oh my God.
And 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 you know what happened? And what happened? I said, okay, I don't want to take flat. I am going back. And he said, okay, if you don't want to take flat, I can find you a bride. And the fees is same 500 soms. If you want to buy, if you want to find a flat, tak da toje 500 som. And if you want to find a bride, it is also 500 soms. Means for that person, it doesn't matter that he's dealing in flats or he's dealing in humans. For him, the only thing what matters is his 500 soms. Did you understand?
Yes. He's
Yes,
unique.
lol.
It is the real story without any exaggeration. So from the consumer perspective, for the consumer perspective, I am innocent, I am desperate. And from the businessman perspective, he is a wolf. He just need his money. No matter what he is buying me, he's selling me the flat or he's selling me a girl. For him, it doesn't matter. He just wants to make money out of it. And this is the businessman's mentality. But is he responsible if something went wrong? I don't think so. but he should be responsible because he is selling me his product so passionately. He is so much sure about the functioning of the product and he's making money out of it. He should be responsible. Yes?
Yes, yes. I agree.
Responsible for what he should be?
So this is an interesting scenario, the cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency is becoming very famous in Central Asia as well. And there was a news that Uzbekistan is making a crypto national mining pool, which means that you cannot buy the cryptocurrency inside Uzbekistan, but you can sell cryptocurrency inside Uzbekistan. And now we will talk about enforcement of digital contracts. And after 10 minutes, when we will finish this enforcement, we will take our first break. Okay.
Okay.
So the question is the size of bread. There are, in Uzbekistan also, the bread, the khaleb should be of specific size. It should be 400 grams or I don't know, 200 grams or so much. But there is a standard size of the bread. Why the size of bread matters? What do you think?
Can you repeat the question, please?
To have the balance between
Question is written
rich
that
and
why
poor.
the size of bread matter?
Because it matters to the cost.
And
The government could
As it
put
costs
one
more people
price.
I think it is utilized to keep the equality.
yes,
You
also
mean how it's cooked?
there is
To
a very strong
regulate the
correlation.
daily calories, I mean.
Also it is, but it has an economical explanation. And I have given these links and you will do your research as well on this topic. But let me tell you that previously, not very far in the history, the bread and the ale, you can say that the beer glass, they were used as measurement tools. They were used as instruments to measure something. For example, the bread was currency. You do something and in return they will give you bread. The bread was used like soms. The bread was used like currency. Okay. So one aspect is that the size of bread matter because it had an instrumental value. It was used as a currency. And the other explanation, you will read it and then you will understand that how the size of the bread impact on the economic system of the country and then it impact on the political system of the country. And then it is important that you should keep the record. It is also a law. It is a law that anything what you sell, no matter it is food item or any other item, you should keep the record of your buying and selling. Because this record helps the government to deduct tax. It also helps to do market analysis. It also helps to maintain the consumer behavior. And it also helps the governments to do country level planning that what sort of products, how much products are needed, required. It also impact on the import and export of the products. What should come inside the country, what should go outside of the country. So there are a number of things which are related to the record keeping of the buying and selling of the bread or any other product. Yes, this is a concept which I wanted to talk today in the final section, the IP audit. just remember me, just note it somewhere, and we will do a practical exercise to do the IP audit. Okay. This is an example which is about the moral rights of the products. Moral rights of the products. Sometimes it happens that you buy a product and you think that this product belongs to you. But it is not always like this. There are certain moral rights of the manufacturers as well. For example, this person, his name is IVV, very famous person, you can Google him. In 1995, he had this urn, vase or jar. This jar was 2000 years old, 2000 years old jar. And he dropped this jar and broke this jar and took his pictures. And then he posted these pictures on internet. And then there was a huge debate that he did wrong, why he broke the 2000 years old Han Dynasty jar. But this person's claim was that this jar belongs to me. This is my property. I can keep it or I can break it. What do you think? Did he do right or wrong?
I think it's wrong, sir.
That's why you know why UNESCO started to keep cultural stuffs as a people heritage. I mean,
cultural the heritage sites, UNESCO cultural heritage sites are the property of the government.
Of humankind, yes.
Properties belongs to the group of the people. But in this case, he said it babushka padarila. So I mean, it is his own personal property. What do you think?
I think
yes, he had the right.
Yeah, for example, I have a historical heritage site in the side of the town, and I want to destroy it, but it's prohibited by law. It belongs to the nation, so that's why it's also the not the proper thing to do.
So the point which I am trying to make is that there are consumer rights, which we discussed before, but there are also moral rights of the producers. Moral rights of the producers. And in this example, you can see this example. There was an artist who made these birds on the roof of this shopping mall. And when the Christmas came, the shopping mall painted these birds into red so that it can look like Christmas birds. And then this person went to the court and he said that even though this mall has paid me money for these birds, but this mall has done modification in my original design, and I have a moral right on this design. Потому что когда я рисовал, у меня было вдохновление, and by painting these into red or some other Christmas color, they have done torture to my imaginations, even though I have taken money. Did you understand?
Yes, yes, understandable.
So consumers might have rights, but there are moral rights of individuals as well. Then the question is, are these moral rights above consumer rights?
They are related to consumer rights.
Then there is an interesting scenario of Hitler book and photo. Hitler made a lot of money from writing his book and from his photo. Hitler had the copyright of his photo and he made millions of dollars out of his photo. You will read about it, yes? So what is not digital content? Previously we studied what is digital content, and now we will talk about what is not digital content. If a trader sell product online using a website, the use of the website to sell these products is not digital content. It is just a virtual shopping place. For example, you have the mobile app. Yes. What are you saying?
I mean, it's just service, maybe.
Yes, you have this Dastavka Dwasi Chitiri and these types of mobile applications. They don't sell, products. They sell the physical products. They provide a service. Means it is just a platform. It is not a product. So this is not a digital content. Okay. The mobile program itself might be a digital content, but the buying and selling which is happening on this Pridlagenia, it is not the buying and selling of digital content. It is just a virtual shopping place. Virtual shopping place means it is an online website or mobile phone application where people comes and put their products and other people buy these products from there. There are a number of websites available now. Okay. So this is not digital content. Did you understand the difference between digital content and not digital content?
I didn't.
I also didn't. After all the lecture, I didn't get what is digital content.
I get it.
So the music, movies, computer software, mobile software, and these types of things which don't have a physical, existence, like computer controlled systems. Okay, so all of these things, they are called as digital content.
Are they
Anything,
also called intellectual properties?
you can say that intellectual properties is also somehow a digital content if it is not in a physical form but in the digital form. Okay, so digital medias are digital content. What is not digital content? For example, any product you do buying and selling of any product by internet. Just because you are doing buying and selling of this product through internet, it doesn't become digital content. You can do buying and selling of cars online. So you cannot say that this car is now a digital content. No, the car is a physical good and you are using virtual shopping place to sell this car. Simply because this car is being sold on internet does not make it digital content. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, how digital contents can be sold?
Digital
I
content.
I think it's also by internet.
Digital content is also sold by internet. Digital content is also sold by digital medias or physical medias. For example, on CD, on USB, on hard drive. Yes, it can come in the physical media as well.
Yes, understandable.
Yes, this was your question. Now it came, the buy one get one free. This was the slide. So how the free digital content is dealt with. So if you buy something and something comes for free, for example, if you buy a $500 computer and the antivirus or Windows comes for free, the seller is responsible for the free content also. For example, if a 500-pound computer is supplied with antivirus which is of poor quality, you cannot say that, okay, it is takitak, it is base platna. No. He should be responsible for the good quality of this free product as well. Okay?
Yes, okay.
You mean free product, it is virus?
Antivirus software.
So it means he should be responsible for the quality of virus?
Quality of antivirus software also. Means if you buy a product and some other product come for with this product for free, this other product which is free, it should be of good quality.
So there are types of qualities in the virus?
No, this is called as antivirus software. It's a programma. It's a it is a software which protect the computers from different viruses.
Now I understand. I thought it's just a virus.
No, it is antivirus. The point which I am trying to make is that if someone gives you a product for money, and also it gives you a product for free, like okay, this is a skidka, and if you buy something and you buy you don't pay something for another thing, the person who is selling, he should be responsible for both.
Yeah, of course.
He shouldn't say that okay, I am responsible for only this product for which you have paid money. No, he should be responsible for both. Okay.
Yeah.
Similarly, the modifications and updates. For example, you bought a mobile phone and the mobile phone will update. Yes, the computer program will update. The company should be responsible for the updates as well and the modifications as well. For example, your mobile updates, your mobile upgrades, it should be a quality upgradation. If the company is giving you the option of upgradation, they should give a quality option. Company shouldn't say that we are responsible for the product only. They should be responsible for the modifications and upgradations also. Okay.
Okay.
Now we will talk about fintech. And I think we should take a break before starting fintech. Okay. So let's meet after 15 minutes. Is
Okay.
it okay?
Sure.
After 15 minutes, we will meet.
Okay.
11:15. Bye.